kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose.
Welcome back, everyone. It is very springtimey here. It is a wonderful 75 degrees Fahrenheit outside. We're getting ready for Easter this weekend, and we have been busy in the garden with the project that we started last week. And today we are also making carrot cake for our Easter dessert.
I'm very excited because Vivienne makes the best carrot cake in the world.
Oh, that's
And
really
I'm probably
sweet.
upsetting a lot of people out there when I say that. As I haven't tasted yours and I've tasted hers, I can say that's
Well, maybe I make the best carrot cake in Marsan. So,
Is this your first time decorating Easter eggs?
Yes, it is.
You've never decorated Easter eggs before?
No.
When you were a child, you didn't
For me, listen,
blow out the inside of the eggs and color
for me to
them
go
and...
that far back at this point is a big challenge.
Okay.
It is. I'm not sure that
You can't remember childhood at all and decorating Easter eggs,
Asking
okay.
you what I did when I was a child is like these days.
All right, I'll ask your mother and she'll remember every little minute of it.
Don't do that.
She'll happily call me up and tell me exactly how little Simon used to decorate his Easter eggs.
I used to get chocolate Easter eggs and I used to eat them. That's what Easter eggs
Well, I
were.
do know that for
I
you
didn't
it's
decorate
mostly
Easter eggs.
about the food.
I didn't
Okay,
decorate.
well, we in America have a long-standing tradition of decorating Easter eggs.
Okay.
And usually we have to put holes on either side of the eggs and blow out the eggs, and then we dye them in various colors. Look at your...
That's a lot of work.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And then we decorate them. We actually do that too, in addition to all of that. But unfortunately, here in France, we do not have white eggs. We only have brown eggs. And so I ordered these fake eggs.
Oh, okay. I
Did you
think
think
I'm holding a white egg, but
did you think that was a real egg? Surely the plastic join should have
I even-
given the game away.
I thought someone had blown the hole out.
Oh, how'd they do that?
I don't
Maybe they
know.
just
Maybe they just
sucked it
sucked it out. I don't know.
Okay,
Anyway.
so moving on.
So it's plastic.
Moving on, yes, we are using faux eggs.
Faux eggs,
Eggs, yes. And in the great Chateau tradition, because I have been catching up on the other Chateau owners, and they have magnificent collections of blue and white china,
Okay.
or porcelain as it's also known.
Well, we have some of that too. So
We do, but we don't have the fabulous Spode collections and everything else. But I did think
that hasn't been
in the Chateau spirit, we would paint some blue and white Easter eggs and have a very blue and white Easter.
Okay.
Won't that be fun?
Yeah.
Yes, and so for inspiration, we actually have my one and only piece of Spode, which is this little mug here, which was a lovely, lovely gift.
Mm-hmm.
We have our own blue and white porcelain, which has some lovely neoclassical designs on it.
Yeah. We do.
We
a
have
diamond set.
some wedgwood,
Right.
which is also a nice inspiration. And then, as it's Easter, some bunny rabbits and flowers. So we're going to draw our designs. We have our blue and white paint. Do we have any questions?
No, other than I'd just like to know what species of rabbit these are supposed to be. They look like guinea pigs or
They're-
some kind of alpaca.
They're furry. they're kind
they're
of
barely furry.
they're woodland rabbits.
I know.
They're an integral part of this year's Easter theme.
All right.
We found Simon's doppelganger.
So this is our Peter Rabbit. He's our normal Easter Bunny, and these are newer ones. But this is our guy we've had for many years, and I even dressed like him to do this decorating, you see.
But you're missing your hat.
Yeah, I don't have a straw hat like him. He's got a very, very snazzy hat. Okay. Well, now I do have a hat. I just need the long. I just need the long hair.
It's even got a little pink bow in the back.
Oh, you're so cute. Thank you for getting that for me.
You're welcome.
I'm just kind of trying to shape
That's
it.
nice. It's like a watercolor, and then
Yeah,
you put in the
basically.
stripes. That's pretty cool. I like that. Sweetie, what are you doing here?
I'm doing a
What's
little...
your approach? Oh, hang on. Let me get the. Come on this side. Oh wow. Okay.
I'm doing a little painting
Ooh.
of La Croix Boisée.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can tell who the artist is in this family.
Well, some just have a different style than others.
Because I can have
Each to
I
his
have
or
a different
her
style, but I'm just not very good at drawing.
own style.
My style is I'm not very good at drawing.
I really like your eggs. I think they're coming along
I'm not sure
beautifully.
that's a style. I like that around the. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. That's the pattern you did. Look at that.
Yeah, just doing a little bit now.
You're talented.
Look, it's gotta have. It can't just be one side, so it's gotta have a little bit of
That.
detail on the back as well.
Yeah, that is cool. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you very much.
So, this side is a Dutch or similar type of figure, who is still being painted in at the moment.
Oh, like a Delft.
Yeah. And except he's not very good. I like the idea. I like the way you said like a Delft. Yes. I thought actually you might have said like an elf, but he actually does look like an elf.
Like Delft, like blue and white Delft pottery.
And-
So Simon,
Uh-huh.
I'm bringing you a real Delft plate for inspiration.
Oh, okay. And that's about right, tilting at windmills. So
How's
let's
yours
have a go
coming
at
along?
that.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, I just did some very abstract things.
I love it.
Yeah, it's taken a long time to dry, but once it's dry, it'll go.
Let me get you an egg cup. Oh, that's cool. You're trying it on both sides.
Yeah, second one's dried as well.
Lovely. Now turn it. It's really pretty.
Thank you.
Well done, sweetie. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. So, and this is the one I did first of all, which is a house with a figure. And then I moved on to a windmill. So that's a Delft windmill. See it there? That's the Delft windmill, and just a striped background. And then I finished up with this little fella.
Very well done, Paul.
What does that look like to
I
you?
think it looks like a lack of creativity and a little bit of laziness. So next I have this egg, which again was just kind of a crazy contemporary,
Yeah.
very very
Artsy ink blot test.
artsy,
Yeah.
again, ink block test.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of
That one.
dipped it, let it drip down.
Yeah.
I really love that.
That's really nice.
I think
yeah.
that one's beautiful.
I agree. Isn't that amazing the way they came
Absolutely
out?
gorgeous. And it reminds me, yours is almost an Eve Klein blue. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It went
It's
really
really
deep at the
pretty.
bottom, which is
It's
quite nice.
yeah, it's really pretty. That is really pretty.
Quite like this side, just the way it drips down.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's nice.
I have a small issue with
Yeah.
one of your eggs.
Which is?
You did your boat
Mm-hmm.
in your Delft style, which
Yeah.
it's very creative.
Very
yes.
naive, yes.
Well, yes, it's a bit like naive art, exactly, but it's also very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's going to be hanging that way.
Maybe the boat is just flying. Peter Pan ship, who knows?
Well, it may hang like that, but when the chicken lays it, it lies like that.
It doesn't pop out that way. That would be very painful for
No
the chicken.
chicken lays an egg anticipating it to hang like this. And that's how I painted it, as the chicken sees it.
As the chicken sees
As the
it.
chicken sees it. The chicken doesn't see it like that. Chicken sees it like that.
But what if the egg came
The
first?
Easter bunny is shaking his head. No.
No.
Yours are beautiful, Isabella. Absolutely
They
gorgeous.
are really beautiful.
Very simple. Maybe you can embellish them a little bit more with your skills.
I don't want to. I think they're absolutely perfect.
Back of that one, because that's a Joya pack, which is beautiful, and then there's there are crosses, 3 crosses.
Yes.
And
Because we're celebrating Easter.
Yeah, and a Fabergé thing on the top. Well done, gosh. Well done, sweetie. That's fantastic.
So we've got look at our little collections. They're all different.
They are.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah.
You may recall that last week Simon dug out lots of mismatched shrubs from the rear of the chateau, and all of you gave us some amazing suggestions about what to plant in their place. And now we're going to take you on a little journey to show you some of the things that we bought. We've just discovered a new garden center right around the corner from our house, and it's fantastic. We're really, really excited, and come with us while we show you what's here. It's great. Here. It's amazing. I'm the only one here. And I don't know if you can see behind me. Look at all these roses. Oh, there's one called Elvis. Look at that. Oh, I might have to have a couple of Elvises. I was born and spent the early years of my childhood in Memphis, Tennessee, where my grandmother actually met Elvis several times, and the mother of my good friend Kathy actually dated Elvis. If you're watching Beverly, there you are. This Elvis rose is absolutely beautiful. Though I grew up listening to more classical music than Elvis Presley, I like the fact that this rose reminds me of my hometown and also of my father, who is a very keen gardener. And here is a little picture of him from when we were growing up. That's me as a baby. Jolly and cheeky. Probably not much has changed. And wasn't my father handsome?
Oui, ça va.
Merci pour votre bon conseil.
Voilà. Ça, le mettre sur un peu beau. Il est passé.
C'est très gentil, merci.
Merci, monsieur.
Aimez-vous?
So while it probably would have been sufficient to find a garden center with such a lovely selection of healthy plants, we were also really impressed by how many people came up to us and offered to help us. The people that were working there were incredibly nice and generous, and there were so many of them. It was a big surprise. And then later we discovered that this is actually not just a garden center, but a place that employs 70 people, men and women, with mental and physical disabilities. These ASAT centers are located all over France, and they help their employees to develop cognitive, social, and technical skills. And it made us feel really great about shopping there. I can't wait to go back, and not just to buy more plants. So a couple of weeks ago, we took you wine tasting with us into the nearby caves. And on the way home from the garden center today, we just noticed that there are some incredible caves right behind me that we want to show you. It's really something. And now I make hay while the sun shines, or grass clippings, as the case may be. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
Because I don't think this is going to be helpful.
I think I'm just going to get back to old-fashioned weeding.
It's all staked in.
Yeah, thank you. All of our springtime flowers are coming out. Hooray! Look at the primroses. And these are the roses from last year that I planted, but they're finally coming into their own. The tulips are just about to burst. And this is going to be a really pretty flower bed. And now it's this side, which Simon last week did a brilliant job of clearing. He's still hard at it. And it's my turn to help out.
What I did last week was, if I brought up some dirt that I noticed that was a reasonable amount, I got the dustpan and brush. I got the dustpan and brush and I brushed it up and I put it back in the bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You didn't see that on the time-lapse video.
What you just told me though
too
was that if I step into this bed, which is about, let's say about 4.5 feet wide, maybe about 1.5 meters.
Yes.
If I step into that, which of course I'm going to have to do to plant.
Yes.
I can't step onto this beautifully clean terrace because my boots are going to be muddy.
Right. Any decor. Absolutely.
Yeah. So exactly how do you see that happening? What is your solution?
Would you like me to show you?
Yes, I would like you to show me.
Because a picture paints 1,000 words.
Well, you're walking in it now. See, what are you going to do? Are you going to take your shoes off before you come out on the terrace?
You should just wait until the answer comes. I'm doing this to show you.
See, what I see you doing is tracking mud on your boots.
We're working in here, right? Now,
yes.
Watch.
Oh, that's your solution.
And here. Okay.
Are you not muddying up the little edge there?
Not very much.
Okay.
Certainly not.
So your boots don't get dirty.
Dustpan and brush.
Apparently my boots do get dirty.
I'll say again.
But your boots stay clean.
The dustpan and brush. I know this is a thing this is a tool set that's a little unfamiliar to you, but you might find some in with the tools, and that.
For our American friends, he's talking about a broom.
A broom. A new broom.
Yes.
That's what we're doing to the flower beds.
All right.
A new broom.
Okay.
So you could just get a new broom or one of the old ones and just brush some of the dust up.
Okay.
The dirt that you track out. It's not too hard. It does take a little extra.
Okay.
A few seconds extra. I do agree. Yeah.
You may recall from last time that we suffered a burst pipe and a bit of a disaster in the veranda. And one thing it highlighted to us was that we needed to go ahead and finish replacing all of the panes of glass. There are actually 178 panes, and we had professional help with this at the beginning of the pandemic. But as we've been perpetually under lockdown, we're now under another full lockdown here in France. We have to do it ourselves. And so there is Simon meticulously, pane by pane, replacing the glass. We are really looking forward, though, to finishing this fantastic project and showing you what it looks like when it's all done. In case you're wondering how to undertake a project like this, I actually created a diagram of every section of the room with each pane of glass, and if you look closely, you'll see that every single pane is a different dimension. Nothing is precise, nothing is exact. Everything is a little bit wonky, just like with many other things in old houses, which requires having to do every single pane, piece by piece, individual dimensions by individual dimensions. And then we can begin renovating this original encaustic tile floor. Another thing that has caused us delays is the fact that we needed to add a number of bathrooms to this chateau. To do so, we had to run extensive pipe work through the house. It was very complicated, and the only way that we could do it was to run these pipes actually through the veranda. Ultimately, they're going to be boxed in, but look at all that. Isn't that crazy?
Today, Simon is going to learn how to make my special recipe carrot cake, and if you ask nicely, I will share the recipe with you also. So shall we get started?
Yeah, but let me ask first of all, why are we doing carrot cake at Easter?
Well, what else does the Easter Bunny want to eat on Easter Day?
Okay. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Boom.
All right. Okay, good.
Okay,
So,
so which means organic in French. And we are going to coarsely grate all of these carrots.
And if I'm lucky, some of the peel will go into this bowl I've got here.
You're doing a great job. We're going old school because we don't have a food processor, which you'd think would be something that a kitchen like this would have. But we very generously gave it to our darling daughter to take with her to university, where it still sits during the whole pandemic while she's home with us.
Wow.
But if you have a food processor at home, that would really help this process.
In a large bowl, start with 4 cups of unbleached or whole grain flour.
So it's 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We are now going to add all of the spices. It's one of the secret ingredients in the carrot cake. So there are going to be 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. And the cloves, I actually am going to have to grind myself. So that's going to be kind of exciting.
So what are you doing there?
I am grinding cloves
Okay.
in this old-fashioned...
Coffee grinder.
No, this is an old-fashioned spice grinder, and it was actually left behind by the previous owners. Isn't it cool?
It's really nice.
So see the cloves? The cloves go inside there.
Yeah.
And you can see it's really old. It's got old woodworm and everything. But it works really well. Check this out. Goes around and around and around and around. And then, look at that.
Now whisk together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. Don't forget to play some happy music in the background while you're cooking. It's way more fun that way. In a separate mixing bowl, add 2.5 cups of light brown sugar plus 1 cup of dark brown sugar.
What are we doing now?
You, my friend, are going to finely chop candied ginger. It's another one of my secret ingredients.
Who says good help is hard to find? This is a man with some skills. Ooh la la! Plus 1 cup of finely chopped yellow raisins. Now gently beat 8 eggs, 1 at a time, into your sugar mixture.
One of the reasons this cake is so decadent is because it's got 3 different types of oils in it. It's got 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and a cup of vegetable oil, preferably something that is sustainably sourced.
Now beat the butter, coconut oil, and vegetable oil into your sugar mixture. And now gently fold in the flour in 3 separate batches, not forgetting to scrape down the sides.
Actually.
Okay.
So you are going to gently fold in the carrots,
Yeah.
the blonde raisins, 1 cup of blonde raisins and 1/8 of a cup of the chopped ginger. You're going to gently fold it into the cake mixture.
Okay. Let's see if I can do that.
I'm sure you can do that. Oh, look at that. My work's done.
Well, that makes a change. You're waiting for me.
Oh, did you just say that? No,
Fighting words. Wow.
I thought you were going to say that
makes a change because I'm always working.
That's right. That's what I was going to
That's
say.
what you meant, isn't
That's
it?
what I was going to say. I don't know how I said that other thing. That
I
was,
don't know how you said that.
that was completely wrong. Sorry about that, yeah. Oh dear. Sometimes. Just imagine the things I'm going to say when I'm an old man.
Oh, but you already are an old man. Didn't anybody tell you, sweetheart?
I'm an older man.
I just used the last of the butter to grease the tins. You can also use coconut oil. And this recipe can be adapted for vegans. Just use egg substitute and double the quantity of coconut oil instead of using butter. There we go. Nicely greased, bottom and sides. And then the parchment just goes right in the base. So Daddy, if you're watching, I'm thinking of you while I'm making very sweet icing because you're very sweet. 11 tablespoons of salted butter and 2 300-gram packages of cream cheese. Our cream cheese here in France is called Saint-Marais, but Philadelphia or any other white cream cheese is perfect. We're then going to add either a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I'm going to use a real vanilla pod because I think that that tastes even nicer, and the zest of 1 small orange or half of a large orange. All mixed together, and voila. Simon, you get to taste the frosting.
Ooh. Okay. Now. Oh, that's good.
I think it might be ready.
So. Okay.
Ooh. So here in France, the Easter traditions are a little bit different. Pavlova. So here in France, Pavlova. Okay, let's try. So here in France, the Easter traditions are a little bit different to those in the United States. We don't do Easter baskets, but a bit like in the tradition of Great Britain, there's always an Easter egg. The chocolatiers, the chocolate makers here in France, take great pride in making beautiful Easter eggs. This one you can see is embedded with fruit, as we're now all adults in the house, sadly. We go for less whimsical things, but things that are actually better quality to eat. Here's our little blue and white Easter egg tree that we all worked last night to make, and we're very, very happy with the results. here we have a very traditional, these are little lamb cakes. These are also very traditional to France, and they represent, of course, the Lamb of God, but they're also just very, very sweet and lovely to look at. These were also made by a neighboring bakery. We have our big carrot cake coming out because, of course, we have to have something a little bit American to add to the mix. And then also, you thought we forgot about cheese of the week, but as the French often have cheese instead of dessert, as we create our Easter dessert table, we are having cheese of the week, and as it's a very, very special holiday, it is truffle cheese. This is a magnificent cheese of a brie with a row of truffles on the inside. We're serving it with shaved truffles and quail's eggs. In our house, traditionally, we have quail's eggs every year in some form or another. Some years we dye them, some years we add them to salads. And this year we will be having quail's eggs, truffled omelets. Now, it's a couple of days before actual Easter, and so I should be saving this for Easter. But I think I'm going to taste it just to make sure it's okay for the rest of the family. I mean, that seems only correct. Oh, and it smells so much of truffles, and I adore truffles. What a wonderful celebratory cheese. It's not quite in keeping with our blue and white theme, but I had to put out our wonderful bunny rabbit cheese platter. This was given to us as a gift by our friend Chrissy when Simon and I were first engaged. It has these adorable little rabbit cheese knives, and we have adored this gift for close to 27 years. And here it is, our carrot cake, ready for Easter. And it's covered in fruits and flowers from the garden. It's full of springtime and Easter, and we are delighted with the result. Just can't wait to try it on Easter Day. And as a surprise, I have something wonderful to show you. This was posted by my old friend Kristina Soleil a couple of days ago on Facebook. Kristina is nearly my age. She is the founder and creator of Yummylicious serums, link below. But most of all, you're thinking, oh, when you watch this, she's French. There's no way that we could ever do this. But she's actually American. And so get out your heels, your lovely dresses, put on your springtime hat, grab those flowers, and pretend you're in Paris.
I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every moment.
So thank you all again so much for joining us for yet another episode of Château Love. We're so grateful to all of you who have liked, commented, and subscribed especially. That has been really meaningful, and we are so delighted. Thank you.
It's been very kind of you, and we've been really flattered to see that everyone has an interest in what we're doing.
Happy Easter to all of you.
Happy Easter, everyone.
We clearly have a lot of sweet things to get us through the weekend. We hope that you do too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
La vie